Good evening, Gogglefroggers.
Hello.
And how are you this evening? Hopefully you've had a lovely week. And it's Wednesday night, isn't it? So last time we saw you, all you Gogglefroggers, it was Monday morning, 10 o'clock. And now it's 8 o'clock. And you know what happens on a Wednesday night? Well, it means hopefully you've brought your knitting or your crochet with you. Robert's just said it's too hot to knit. This is my only hour of knitting. Hopefully you've brought something to drink. I'm wussed out. I've got a cup of tea and I've got a bottle of cordial. So I'm all wussed out. It is because I've got work to do tonight, so never mind. Robert, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm on soft drink, but that's because I'm on.
Oh, right, okay. So that's two of us on soft drink. Let us know.
I'm on medication, that's why.
What, still?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And I'm being a good boy, and hopefully it'll work this time, whereas last time I don't think it worked because I was drinking.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. Bit of a plan there, isn't there? We'll give it a go. We don't believe you when it says don't drink, but never mind, we'll give it a go. So anyway, I hope that you're on the mend, Robert, and everybody let us know what you're drinking in the chat box tonight. We've got a chat box on the right-hand side. We will read it out because if you're watching us on replay, hello everyone on replay, hello everyone on YouTube, you won't be able to see the chat box, but we will read it out to you. So after the show, you will get a recording sent to you, and you can see us, but we cannot see you. So you can be in your PJs, the all together, whatever you want. Okay, we can't see you, but you can see us. So we've got a Facebook group, Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter, and we're going to be showing some beautiful creations or inspiration from there later in the show. So without further ado, I will hand you over to the wonderful Robert, my friend, and partner in everything woolly. And he can say what I've forgotten. Oh, what I should have done.
Nothing. If this is your first time, there is a chat box. Please do join in. If you're watching on a phone or a tablet, you will need to swipe left. Left to get the chat box, and then swipe right to go back to the picture. If there are technical difficulties, hey, welcome to Gogglefrogs. It's very rare we have an episode with no technical difficulties, but we do our best. And we will be here until about 9 o'clock, maybe slightly later if we've got lots to talk about. And yes, there's very rare we say that anything's off topic apart from politics. So we're not going there because we never do. But yes, do just sit back, relax, and enjoy the evening. As always, we're going to start with some hellos.
Hey!
So we'll do that first, and we always go bottom to top. So we start with Linda with a Y. Hello, Linda. We have Louise. Hello, Louise. We have Lindy. Hello, Lindy. And we have Linda P. Hello, Linda. So we have
all the L's. All the L's.
Yes. We have Janice. Hello, Janice. We have Jackie. Hello, Jackie. And we have Janet. Hello, Janet. All the J's. We have Grace. Hello, Grace. We have Deborah. Hello, Deborah. And we have Brigitte. Hello, Brigitte.
Yay!
And we always say you're never late for Gogglefrogs, but I think tonight we should have some fun. And I think the first person that logs in and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late," we should say, "Oh, that's too bad because we're about to go. Bye."
No! That's naughty.
I know. Hey, I'm in a naughty mood today.
I know.
So let's catch up on chat. So we start with Linda, who says, "Hi all." Hello, Linda. We have Brigitte, who says, "Evening peeps." And as always, she has put the episode number, but I think she might be slightly wrong because my tracker told me it was 275 this evening.
Is it?
Yes. I have a feeling 273 was the last one before we broke up, which meant that 274 was Monday. So today is 275.
I've no idea.
Grace says good evening. Lindy says evening, everybody. Linda says good evening. Brigitte says it's never too hot to knit, crochet, stitch. Louise says evening, everyone. Joining you for a short while. Hello, Louise. Lindy says she's drinking a soft drink too. She's on St. Clement's and wishing it was a bit cooler. Linda with a Y says it's red wine for her. Jackie says evening all. Deborah says evening all from the Yorkshire Dales. Well, hello, Deborah. I hope you're having some a lovely break with some gorgeous views. I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Fab.
So how are you, Angela? How's your last few days been?
I'm fine. Just as we were going live, I inherited a contraption a year ago, and where I live in the middle of nowhere land, when it gets to September, we always have a problem with flies. Okay, it's what happens when you're surrounded by farmers' fields everywhere. So I was given this fly thing that, you know, those things that you see in a kebab shop that swat the flies, and we haven't used it until yesterday. So I plugged it in, put it on the side, switched it on, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing for about 3 hours. And then the first one got caught, and I'm not joking. When you're sat there just drinking a cup of tea or doing something, and suddenly it sounds as if a piece of wood has just been snapped in half. This loud bang. I don't know, there must have been about 20 last night. When I walked into the kitchen, most of them were the tiniest little midges ever. But I had a call earlier with somebody. It kept going off. It went off 4 times, and every time it did, I was like on like a Facebook Messenger call, and every time it went off, I shot at him. So it's quite funny, actually, trying to give somebody some advice over the phone, and I kept nearly having palpitations. So anyway, we have this contraption. Please let me know if anybody else has one of these contraptions. It's all set up. But I don't know whether it's going to stay out. I don't know whether it's worth it, but there's 2 big flies now stuck on the electric like light things. So it's just hilarious, really. It really is. You've never heard. So honestly, you've got to come round to my house for a couple of hours just to wait to hear the thing. And now I'm going to get reported by the RSPCA, aren't I, for being bad. But honestly, with all of the windows open, you will not believe how many flies we're getting, and everyone's the same in this area. Absolutely everyone. So yeah, have you got a fly swatter at home? I've also got 2 of them tennis bats.
Yes, I've got
yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, one did get broken last year, so we had 3, now we've got 2. But let us know, have you got one? So that's really been the highlight of the last few days, this contraption that came out yesterday. And I haven't done any knitting since Monday. So that we're still on this. Don't worry. What have you been up to?
Work. So I saw you on Monday, and then we went out and had a working lunch, didn't we?
We did.
And then I saw Marion and Helen talk about the regional day.
Yeah.
And then work yesterday, I was on late, and then work today. So, yes. And it's actually nice and cold in the building. And it's nice to be in a car where, when the air conditioning on its lowest setting, even I think it's too cold.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was in it now.
I know. I wish I had my fan, which is upstairs. So never mind. I can't be bothered to run upstairs, bring it downstairs, and then take it back upstairs later. So I'm just gonna melt for the next hour. Okay? I'm melting with my knitting, thinking, why am I knitting and drinking hot tea?
Oh dear. Right. Shall we have some music?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't care what it is tonight because I know it's not going to be the birdie song, so I'm very happy.
No, it's not.
As long as I never have to hear that song again in my life, I'll be happy.
It's not the birdie song. It's something quite, when it gets going, quite enjoyable. No, sorry, it really is enjoyable. But when it gets going, it's like, oh yes, this is really good. And also kind of goes with the weather vibe, I think. So here we go.
I've lost my cursor.
Okay, I have two apologies. The first one, I'm very sorry, Brigitte. You probably can't see that, but you are completely right. It is to episode 274. And the second one is the introduction, because that's not the piece of music that I thought it was going to be. I thought we were playing something different, and that's because I changed my mind at the last minute and forgot that I changed my mind.
Okay, that's still good
And
music.
then the third thing, and I'm not going to admit this to Gary, but I just went downstairs to get the laptop and he went, I've had to shut the back door and the windows because next door is being so bloody loud. And do you know what all I could hear? This music. So he's now sat down there boiling hot because he thinks it's next door. And do you think I'm going to tell him?
Never. I know those times when things like that just happen. Hilarious.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Oh. What? Oh, I'll tell you one as well, right? So Splodge couldn't stay in for a little while because she'd had, I won't call it accidents. I don't know whether it's an accident or an intention in the house. But anyway, then she was allowed back in. And I came in one night, right? And I don't know what happened. She'd been out. And all of a sudden, the cat reversed towards the wall. She's a female. She's been spayed. She's 10 years old. And she stood there and sprayed against the wall. I thought, oh my God, no. But never mind. He's been out. I'm off to pick him up at midnight from the train station. He won't notice. So anyway, I'm stood there. And he's chatting away to me. And I'm thinking, just go to bed, just go to bed, just go to bed. And suddenly he said, oh my God, what's happened to the wall? The wall's wet all around the electric plug. And I just went, and you know what? Even Splodge opened one eye and then shut her eye again. And I went, I don't know. I'm going to have to have a look at that. And then he went off and he came back and he scratched and said, I still don't know what's happened to this wall. And I went, I do. The cat sprayed. I'll never tell him. So never mind. So we've both got them. Don't know why she did it. She must have been really scared outside. And she's come in and just like, this is my territory or something. It didn't smell because, well, I had to say to Mum, does that smell? Because I can't smell things like that. I just cannot smell cat at all. And my mum said no. So I don't know. Does anyone have a female old cat who sprays every so often? Because Splodge did. Bizarre. But never mind. There's no smell from it, thankfully. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
so,
dear.
Yeah.
Right, let's catch up on some chat. So Lindy says, I've got a fan here in my study helping to avoid the worst of the heat. Georgie says, evening. I may not stay with the whole hour. I'm waiting for the boys to come back for dinner. We are in Aldborough at the moment. Oh, I hope you're having a lovely time. Angela, oh my God, I wonder why this sounded familiar. I normally hear this when my mum's watching Jane McDonald. Yes, you do. Yes, that tends to be her end of show song, I think.
Yeah, and I've only ever heard her sing it, so I thought it was her song. I obviously knew that it wasn't.
I heard and this is why I changed my mind. So I was going to play a Camila Cabana song and put it on, didn't like it, then thought, oh, I know, I'll play her Havana song because that's in keeping with the weather. But when I went to put Havana into YouTube, it came back with her version of Let's Get Loud, which is at the end of the new Cinderella movie. It's an absolute crap rendition. But then I thought, I know, I like the J-Lo version, which is why I ended up playing it. There we go. So it's been covered quite a lot.
Thank you.
And then Lindy says, another new piece of music for me. Nice beat. Angela says, Georgie, have a wonderful time down there. Are you loving being in your favourite place? Brigitte says, thank you for confirming I hadn't lost my marbles completely. No, it's completely me this time. Laughing face from Linda, laughing face from Lindy, who says, at Robert, blame forgetfulness on the heat. Yeah, I wish I could. And Georgie says, Angela, it's been lovely. We got down last Friday. Nick surprised me. We come back this Friday. And she says, thank you, Robert. We are having a lovely time. Oh, that's nice. It really is nice.
Yeah.
When
that is nice, isn't
when
it?
you get surprises like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, I'm trying to knit as we talk. You can't see me, but I am knitting. All right, but I just
as opposed to me doing nothing as usual.
No, I am knitting. Honest. You can hear the things clicking, clickety click. So
I do.
Yeah. So anyway,
I do though have ball number 3, which I'm about to start. So because it's getting quite big now.
Wow, that is beautiful. And I do have to say, I know we say it almost every time, but the fact that you do 2 rows and then repeat,
yes.
Reverse, just makes such a difference, because that's why most people will do a blanket and say, I'm never doing a blanket again because it's gone all wonky. And then you realise now, if you do what Robert said, they're perfectly square, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely
I must
amazing.
admit, I've always hated it when it twists. So this is the first time I'm properly doing rotating. So, yeah. Although it is getting a bit now.
And there's not a twist in sight, is there? It just works so well. So amazingly well. Yeah, I don't think I've got any wool around. I don't think I've got anything interesting to show. No. It's sort of over there, but it's in a box. I'd have to start moving stuff. So what's in there? Oh, I found some alcohol though.
Very nice.
There. 2 bottles of gin, bottle of mango cider, and a bottle of wine. None of which I like.
Oh.
I do like gin, but not that one. So yeah. Right. So what are you all working on? Let us know, which will be fabulous. And you know what? I suddenly realised it's a long time since I've bought any yarn. An awful long time. So yeah, has anybody been out buying things?
Well, but there's a reason why you don't buy it anymore.
I know. I yeah, I know, because I have to make things, and I get spoiled. It's like, I had this stuff in my stash, didn't I, for I don't know how many years, and I thought, oh, I'll use that. I started using it. I thought it feels like, yeah. So it's gone back in the stash. But yeah, so yeah. But do you know what? This did not feel nice. But now I've started knitting with it, it will need washing and it will need a bit of soak or conditioner or something in it. But because it's pure wool, there's obviously some lanolin left in it, so it's fine. So my hands haven't cracked with it, which is really nice. Yeah, but I just, these are just so easy to do, aren't they? Really easy. And it does also mean that I have to, do you know what? I've got so many half-finished projects as well. I think the next thing I need to do is finish a half-finished project. So I'll probably do something like that. So Georgie, what on earth is this? Georgie says she's working on a Build a Beehive shawl. What's a Build a Beehive shawl?
I've no idea, but I'll tell you what, why don't you just open another window on your laptop and have a look?
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 41. That would just send you over the edge, wouldn't it? It really would. You'd have to shut the laptop
folks,
down.
Angela was with me on Monday, as you know, and then we were doing some work together for Goggles, and she had to do something on her laptop because I was trying to do something on mine, and she needed help. And I went over and I looked, and I honestly, all of those windows open across the top. I was like, no, that's my head in. I think she did it on purpose. I think she thought,
no, I don't.
I'm going to open as many windows as I can. You do realise there's a maximum, don't you?
Well, I haven't found it yet because it just goes over the page. So you shut down a few and then they come back. Oh dear. Right. I'm really struggling. I can see a video of this Build a Beehive shawl. But gonna have to I think I'm gonna have to find that somehow. So isn't it exciting when you hear of something? And the video that I've clicked on has got an older gentleman knitting, which is always good. So I've got to watch that from the beginning. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Build a Beehive. Is it the stitch that becomes like oh, what would you call it? You know, like honeycomb shape. Is that what it does when you... I don't know. But it sounds really, really exciting. So I will have a look at that. Georgie, if you have a picture, please post a picture. Linda says, not buying anyone until I've finished a few more projects. Currently finishing 2 cardigans for my 2 granddaughters in 2 different West Yorkshire Spinners colourways. 2 sleeves to go. Well done, you. I love West Yorkshire Spinners colours. And... it's a little bit of a... I just think that some of the colours in them are absolutely amazing. They really are. Lindy says, Angela, how on earth do you cope with all those windows open? I hate having more than about 2. Whenever I'm... For instance, today, I was... what was I doing? I was creating things on Canva. And then I had to have other... websites open. Then a friend rang up about something else. So then I went on to some other different programs. So I just naturally have lots of things open. And I think it's just something about the brain, isn't it? You're either organized or not. And as I'm more on the dyslexic side, that's probably why.
When I'm at work, if I have more than 4 windows open, I have to seriously think, do I need more than 4 windows open? And quite often the answer is yes, but I can have a complete meltdown about the fact that I've got more than 4 open because I just think you're too easily distracted. No, I just don't. And the fact that we all have favicons now. So you know which colour to go to and then which one is the F and what is the other things. But if you're ever creating a brand or a favicon, don't do blue because there's so many blue companies out there. It's really easy for me to end up with 3 Facebooks open. And I've just realised I've got 4 Facebooks open. No, but they are different accounts. So...
some accounts that I help other people with, some of my own, different pages. So anyway, that's another story. But yeah, so we've got people who like just 2, people who like just 4, and then I'm over 40 today, so never mind. Deborah says, having seen how much yarn I have when I filled up my new wool cupboard, I'm on a serious yarn diet. Yes, at least until Yarndale in 2 weeks' time. That's hilarious. And I mean hilarious because you would not be able to get rid of a whole shelf. But you could easily go to Yarndale in 2 weeks and buy enough to fill a shelf. So we've all done it, haven't we? Come out with all these bags and think, why have we bought this? Why? But at Yarndale, you're going to find some amazing things. Georgie says it's by Fleabubs and Lala and uses trellis and seed and honeycomb stitch. Oh, wow. Have posted a picture of mine in the Gogglefrogs Facebook group. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see that, Georgie. And again, is it a crochet one? We'll have a look in a little while, but I can't wait. I've never even heard of Fleabubs and Lala. Linda, oh, wow, aren't you? I think you're getting the prize for this year. Linda says, no yarn bought so far this year. Yarn diet still going strong. Wish could stick to a fat diet as well. Lol. That's really good of you. No yarn all year. Brilliant. Brigitte says, Lalton. To Deborah. And Georgie says, yes, it's a crochet shawl. Thank you so much. We'll have a look at that in a little while. Can't wait. Anything to do with bees. Oh, I just love anyway. So, yeah, that'll be great. And Brigitte is saying what was going through my mind. How did you manage that? Total yarn diet is brilliant. Well done, you. I think we should put a poll in. Has anyone actually achieved a yarn diet for a whole year?
I think Lindy did.
I think Lindy had a yarn diet for 2 years at least. Didn't you? I'm sure you did. So yeah, it'd be nice to know. I think I had a little bit of a I said I wasn't going to buy anything until I'd used up 10 balls.
And that lasted 3 balls.
I lied.
I said that lasted 3 balls.
Yeah, I was going to say I lied. I just didn't stick to it. Never mind. But hey ho. Sorry, my nose is really tickling. There's obviously some fibres around here somewhere, but never mind. Oh. And you know what? It was so hot last night. Splodge decided to stay out all night and didn't come in. She came in, sat down, ate a biscuit, and was then wanting to go back out. So I do think for cats, I think being in a house is just too hot. So bless her. She was out last night. Yeah. But it's quite hard to sleep at the moment, isn't it? Even with the what is it on? Even with the Dyson fan on, because you've still got to have a window open, haven't you, for fresh air rather than just cold. And the fact that you've got a window open keeps that in warm air. So never mind. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right. We'll do this. Right. What's Lindy says her yarn. Right, okay. I think Lindy needs a crown. She needs a crown. Her yarn diet lasted about 3 years. I remember when it was broken, Lindy. It was broken with the great Gogglefrogs yarns. We're so sorry, Lindy. Yeah, but yeah, I can't believe it because all the time we used to go to Sheringham and you used to say, Lindy, on a yarn diet, which was absolutely amazing. So yeah, so thank you so much for breaking your yarn diet for Gogglefrogs. It was brilliant. And you know, and I just want to know what you've created with your Gogglefrog stuff as well. So let us know at some point. But it may just be in the storage. It may be in storage waiting to come out to play. And Janice says she's about to... Sorry, I'll put my teeth in. I am just about to start a jumper with some yarn that she bought in Sheringham in January 2020. But bought nothing this year. That's brilliant. Well done, you. And Linda says, Brigitte, I'm doing it with a friend, so we're seeing who can hold out the longest. An accountability yarn diet partner. That is unbelievable. Linda, that is really good. Although you would not pair me and Robert up together.
No, definitely not.
Would not be good.
So, Linda, if you're coming to the Bedfordshire Regional Day on the 2nd of October, I have a feeling that you may both be buying more, because we will be there with all of our lovely goodies. That was confirmed on Monday. And we can't wait to see everybody. And we can't wait to let everybody have a good old touchy feel on what we'll have there.
Yeah, a squish or two of some of those lovely yarns would be amazing.
Lindy says that it's all still in her stash. She's thinking about doing a knit night, and she's never done one with the original yellow and black yarn. Now,
it's here. It's never far. Never far.
She's talking about the original yarn. Gogglefrogs, not frogs, a goggle.
Oh wow! Any of them is beautiful.
You did do one with the Gogglefrogs, though, didn't you?
No, and do you know what? I started to unpick it and realised it's not a job for me. What I did was I didn't do the garter stitch. So I tried to do it as all stocking stitch and then do a border. And then it started to roll, and then I lost part of the wool as well. So it's back in the box. It needs frogging so I can start it again. So yes, I did, but I just tried to adapt the pattern, but just stick to this pattern. It is so effective. Yeah, and the little sparkles in that as well. I just love it. It doesn't matter how often I wear it. I wear it with absolutely everything. It's amazing. And I just think the whole the whole knit night pattern is just brilliant. And you can use up so many things as well. And I think I have seen them striped as well. Some people have done them striped. So, you know, if you don't know how much yarn you've got, you can just do a few rows in one colour and then a few rows in another. It looks amazing. Really does. It's just such an easy pattern. So easy. But I know, Lindy, you're such an accomplished knitter, crocheter, everythinger. Yeah, but I think you'd enjoy it. If you quite like something just to sit down while you're having a chat, a cup of tea with friends, knit night, there isn't a better pattern. It's really good. Yeah.
And she says that the regional day is definitely a tempter, and that's without the stash buster and the raffle.
Yeah. And what are the like, this is another thing, and I know that not everybody can get to a regional day, and if you haven't heard of one, then all around the UK there are groups of people who will put on an event, a regional day, and it's all about knitting and crochet, and there are things called workshops there. Is it 4 or 5 different workshops?
Can I just say hi, Mum? She's snuck in.
Hello. All right. Hello. But just what are some of those workshops? Because I've got no idea what some of them are. I know what Georgie's is. I can understand
Georgie's
that one.
Doing snowflake crochet.
Crocheting a
Lindy's
snowflake.
Doing broomstick crochet.
And broomstick crochet. I've done a broomstick stitch that everybody has always said to me, like, that's broomstick crochet, and it's not. It's a knitting stitch that I do. So I'm really intrigued to know how that works.
I think it's kind of the same. You just have a hook, a bigger hook that you wrap around and pull through, I think, to create the effect. I'm not entirely sure. So yes, there's that. Marion is doing mitered knitting.
Mitered, that's with the squares and off, isn't it? You do a square.
The keynote speaker is doing a workshop. I don't know what the other one is.
No, well, I can't, because I looked at it and thought, I really don't know what that is. But it's so good. And if ever these things pop up in your country or your county, it's really good to go along to them, because if you go to
go on, carry on. I've got a funny story afterwards.
Sorry, because like if you go to a show, you know, something like Ali Pally and one of those, we've done workshops, haven't we? And it's normally about £25 for a workshop. Although at the one that we went to this year, the workshops were like 50 odd quid. So you can spend quite a lot of money on a workshop, and it can go way, way, way over £100 for a workshop. But at the regional days, it's really good because it's included in your ticket price just to select one. So, and that's why I love things like Sheringham, because people give up their time to share their crafting prowess. And I've learned so many things. I'm a gourami, which I've got half finished something or other somewhere. What else have I done? I did buttonholes. So I learned 5 or 6 different buttonholes, and I didn't like any of them. Went back to my own way. I just hate creating buttonholes. I always think that they're not as perfect as I'd like them to be. But I just love it. And somebody did brioche at one of the events. It's just like, oh my word, I'd love to know how to do brioche. So yeah, so loads of fantastic stuff.
And I knew it was mosaic knitting, and then thought, no, it's not mosaic knitting, but it is.
What's mosaic knitting?
It's a different form of using colour work to create a pattern.
So it's different to Fair Isle.
Fair Isle, and it's not slip, but it's yeah.
So I don't know. I could be talking absolute twaddle here, but the main creativeness is behind making it neat or how you're switching the colours. I don't know. So lots to choose from at the regional day. So well done, everybody, for getting that whole host.
So here is my fun story. So you know how when we go out anywhere, people assume we're a couple, and that it's either you looking for something or me looking for something, not the opposite way around. And then kind of assume that we're joined at the hip. You see one, you see the other, because we're very rarely apart and stuff like that, especially when we go to groups and things. So yes, on Monday, I had Marion and Helen over to talk about the regional day. And the reason why I had them over was because I thought there was still lots of work to do. And it turns out all of the communication had been done. And so I said to Helen, oh, okay, all of the planning had been done and the communications had gone out. I said, oh, okay. I said, do I need to do anything on like social media for you? So she said, oh, yeah, that'd be great. I said, right. I said, I need to know what we're doing, though. So she said, what do you mean? I said, well, I've no idea. Times, prices, workshops. So she went, I sent it all in an email. I went, well, I'm really sorry, Helen, but I didn't get the email. So she went, did Angela not send it to you? And I went, why would Angela send an email to me from you? And there we go. So other people now assume that because we spend a lot of time together, that if you get an email, it will get forwarded to me, and vice versa.
Because, and I tell you what, I looked at the email and I thought, oh, that's really nice. I think I responded. But because you'd seen Helen and Marion earlier in the day, I thought this was as a result of your conversation. So but it's so yeah. It's as if we share inboxes.
That was it. And then we were talking about refreshments, and I said you must get something that's gluten free. So then Helen said, do you think Angela would make a cake? I went, well, I'm not going to commit for her. I said, because we don't have that relationship. But maybe if you ask her, you might get a cake.
And honestly, all it takes is for Robert to say, can you do a cake? That is telling me to do a cake. And just like, there are certain things. Actually, it's like, Robert was asked if he would do a workshop, and I answered for him. And I said, no. I said, no, he's not. And I said this because I thought, we are very, very different people. Robert, he likes to get everything planned, do everything perfectly, test it, retest it, make sure all the paperwork's there. That's what Robert's like. And I just thought, with his job, with organising it and everything else that's going on, plus we're doing the stall, I thought he can't do a workshop. So I answered for him and said, no, he can't. And I know that Robert wanted to say, yes, I can. I said, no, you can't, because you will put in so much time and effort to it. I just want you to sit and relax and enjoy one of the workshops. By the total opposite, like, I will often just wing it, and I've always been able to, and it's just like, so for me, if somebody says, oh, can you do it, I'd sit there and think, well, it's fine, I'll just have a bag of stuff there, I'll chuck the stuff out, it's fine, it'll work. But so it was quite funny when I answered for you. I said, no, you're not doing it. I was looking after him. Can I just say I was looking after him and making sure that...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do Facebook. Let me just...
It looks very swanky when you're looking from... It's as if you're in... Can you remember when it used to be on television, like... when they used to show the behind the scenes at BBC, and they had like 20 screens that they were all looking at. That's what you look like then.
Bye, Georgie. Right, here we go. So, Linda, my 2 cardigan colourways. Oh, wow.
Is that the West Yorkshire Spinners? Is that the Sandra Rhodes?
Although, did you see the email for that this week? I love those colours.
I like 2 of them. The other ones, I thought, I can't tell the difference between the normal stuff and this. But, to me, sorry, talking in brands, I thought some of the colourways looked rather like Bramble. But when we tried to get hold of Bramble had sold out in all the really good colours, that like that one on the right-hand side. So that's lovely.
Georgie's
lovely.
Build a Beehive shawl, which is lovely.
Oh, those holy ones, that's like Tunisian lace stitch.
Anybody who's got an iPhone, this is a really good tip. You have a thing called Measure on your iPhone, and it works. I measured my radiator earlier on. Spot on.
What? Measure? Oh, do I have to go into the app? All right.
Anyway, while she's working that out, folks, I'm going to carry on.
Do you mean the tape measure?
Yeah, it's just an app called Measure. It's already built into your iPhone.
Oh.
Right, so Deborah says, knitting the beloved bonnet by Tin Can Knits for middle daughter's first birthday baby tune very soon. Oh, that's sweet. Let me switch to that screen. There we go. So this is the bonnet that she's doing.
Oh,
wow. Oh my God. Hey. I've just found a way that I can just literally switch between tabs. And it's share my second screen rather than share a tab, which is brilliant. There we go. Anyway, sorry, small things. Janice, so there's some context behind this picture. She basically had a new fence installed, and you can see the bottom of the panel here, but the concrete post went right the way up. So she got creative and invented something. And then I've said King Bob rules. So she's now decided she's going to make a crown for it. Because if you don't know, in the film Minions, there is a minion called Bob who becomes King of England. There we go. We saw that on Monday. Linda has finished her Helix socks. Don't they look amazing?
They do.
We saw that on Monday. This was Donna knitting on the beach on Monday. Oh, there we go. There's the picture of what it looks like without Bob on it. Georgie shared that pattern on Monday. I think we're kind of caught up. Yes, we are, because we saw all that on Monday.
Don't know how to use that app.
So there we go. All caught up, folks. Lindy says she's got a lot of travelling, being out and about in the next couple of months with friends and family. So a nice, easy knit will be good. And she says broomstick is normally known as crochet, but you can create a similar stitch with knitting. Janice says she did broomstick crochet at a London meeting a couple of years ago. And Lindy says she has friends who say no for her occasionally in order to make sure she doesn't volunteer for too much. Yes. So that's definitely me, I'm afraid. Right, where is Brigitte?
Yeah.
I know.
And Brigitte says that she's posted
I'm
something.
just going to have a quick look. There we go. I saw that before the show, and I don't know why it disappeared. But here we go.
Just sometimes, doesn't it?
There we go. So we have Brigitte's making a card for somebody. And I am going to have a look now at mosaic knitting.
The card's beautiful, Brigitte.
Very, very nice. I don't know if you can see that, Angela, but that's mosaic knitting. There we go.
Oh my God. But some of it is so complicated.
But stunning. I mean, that to me looks very similar to Fair Isle. But that one is definitely mosaic because it looks like tiles. And it looks like it's woven.
Yeah. And for me, like, is it that there will be certain terms and rules that mean it is mosaic, it's Fair Isle, it's Latvian, it's because I've done a few different workshops and I come out of them and I think the only thing that goes through my mind is that I'm changing the wool at the back. And it's where are the differences. So I love going on these workshops so I can see that's where the difference is.
And that's
that's knit. Yeah, and I do the knitting.
Yes.
The same as that, but it's the knitting stitch. So I've never done the crochet stitch. I've only ever done the knit.
There we go.
Yeah, the one that you were on, that was the knit one that I
Yes.
normally do. Yeah. It's such a stunning and pretty stitch. And actually, once you get into it, it's quite straightforward. It's just knowing which way around the blinking stitches are supposed to twist to give the right result. So I don't know if it's like that in crochet as well.
Can I just say, I'm loving this new. I'm sorry, I don't want to close the screen now. I'm loving how easily I can just literally click in and out on this second screen. It's brilliant. I don't know how I've not discovered it before.
I don't actually know what is discovered, but never mind. I'm sure if I was there, I'd know.
Well, normally what happens is I have to share individual tabs. So when I click into a different tab, I have to stop the sharing and reshare on the right tab. But by sharing the screen, it means you can literally, as I was just doing, see what I'm doing live.
Anyway. Yeah. Oh, sorry. And the reason why I don't click that is because then you would see how many tabs I've got open.
Yeah. Lindy, I'm not sure who's doing the mosaic workshop. I think it is Jackie, but I don't know who for definite. I haven't got that information to hand downstairs.
Yeah. The major problem with all of these regional days, with all of these Sheringhams, is you want to do every blinking workshop. You really do. And it was so weird that one year we asked for that, didn't we? It was just like, no, the next Sheringham, we would like to do a workshop in the morning and a workshop in the afternoon. Oh my God, we couldn't manage it. We'd done amigurumi in the morning, I think. And it got, we had a really quick lunch. We had less than an hour for lunch. We're just like, I can't do another workshop. My brain, because sometimes you're taking in an awful lot of information, aren't you? Because this is quite advanced stuff that we're choosing to learn. And like amigurumi, I was like, oh, yeah. So it was quite amazing. We got what we'd asked for and we couldn't do it. So yeah, I think one workshop a day is enough. But yeah, honestly, some people have got the most amazing skills. So how would you know which
mosaic
to choose?
Is
yeah,
you knit 2 rows using the same colour, slipping stitches to create a pattern. You don't carry the second colour across the back like Fair Isle. So that's like what I'm doing on my shawl, because that is you 2 rows of the same colour, but you slip every other stitch. And that's creating the pattern in mine. Thank
you. See, it's great because then once you know the rules, it's fine. So I've never done mosaic. Yeah, that might be, well, all of them would be really good. I've just got to decide which one to do. Do I hone my crochet skills and get a bit better at that, or do I do some knitting?
No, I think you should do knitting. So if you get, there's only 10 spaces on Jackie's, by the way. So if you're going to do that, you need to let Marion know quite soon.
Right. Okay.
So
lovely. Well, as Marion's going on holiday, we'll leave her for now. She's going away. So. Oh yeah, but it all looks really, really good. And does anybody do brioche knitting? Tell me if you do. Like, so it's on my to-do list. I think some people know how to do brioche. Has anyone created a garment or a creation like a big shawl with brioche? Because I keep looking at, there's some Noro patterns that are amazing. What's his name? Stephen West does lots of brioche, and I keep looking at them just thinking the contrast in those colours. So let us know if you do any of the Lindy says have done it, would need to review how to do it. It's just, is it one of these skills that people learn and then put down? Because it just looks amazing. But everyone says it's so
you can do brioche
difficult.
in 1 or 2 colours, I think, and sometimes more. I think people think you have to do it in multiple colours, but you don't. You can do it in single colours, because I've got a pattern for brioche where I dye the wall, and if I dye it right, I think it's like half and half. When it knits, it looks like it's 2 colours or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I've not really read it. I just know I need to dye the wall, and the dye that I've got isn't the right type of dye. It won't stick. So I need to rethink it. So Brigitte,
oh, wow. So
Brigitte says that 1 year for Sheringham, she tried to organise 2 workshops, and it was going so well until one of the tutors on the afternoon session said she had to leave early because she was depending on a lift home, and she had to frantically rearrange it all, and unfortunately couldn't accommodate everybody.
Oh dear. I know it. I remember that. I can get a lift rather than getting the train. I'm going now. You just think, oh, oh. We all have fun though. It's what makes us, isn't it?
It definitely is.
Oh,
and Lindy says she has done brioche, but needs to review how to do it. Linda says we had brioche at the convention last year. She's glad she tried it, but it's not for her. Her daughter-in-law made a beautiful jumper using it on the yoke. Ooh. And Lindy says the only difficulty is with the increasing and decreasing.
Oh, maybe it's a square blanket in brioche then. Oh, Jackie's off to watch Celebrity Mastermind. Well, MasterChef. I thought it was Mastermind. I was going to say, oh my God, that's very studious.
Oh dear. Right, it's 9 o'clock. If you don't mind, I'm going to go because I'm shattered.
That's fine. So, peeps, see you Saturday morning, and you've got the 2 of us again.
Yeah.
So there was no alcohol tonight. There's going to be no alcohol on Saturday morning either. But have a wonderful, wonderful week. Whatever you do, spend lots of time knitting or doing things for you, because it's great for your, your knitting, isn't it? Great for you. So we will see you on Saturday. Thank you so much, Robert. Have a good night's sleep. Lots and lots of love, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.